Hey guys, welcome. I am the Pink Flamingo, and I want to say, guys, you have really done it. I am so shocked that I'm over 500 subscribers. Okay, really didn't expect that, and I appreciate all the comments and all the good comments and encouragement I've been getting. I appreciate you guys all so much. I didn't think my channel would grow. I thought I'd stay hidden because there's so many people that try to put out content and no one ever finds them. But you guys are definitely keeping me motivated to drop content for you guys. And, my schedule is always a little bit busy because I do readings outside as well as I have another business. But, I'm trying my best, guys, to upload as much as I can for you guys. And I rather give you guys a couple, maybe 3 to 4 videos a week where I will give you guys quality versus quantity, if that makes sense. When I feel like I do way too many readings in terms of celebrities or on a particular topic, I might not get a good tap in energy wise. So for me, I'd rather give you guys some good quality content than just give you a whole bunch of stuff and bombard you with it. Okay. But hang tight, guys. I'm going to get through all of these readings. And for the subscribers who have requests, if I haven't got to your request as of yet, please leave it beneath this video just to narrow it down for me. I am going to go through my older videos and kind of fine tooth comb it. But, if I don't see it somehow, please leave it underneath this video. Now, if you've had more than one request, please leave the one that you want to see the most, only because I want to be fair and I want to make sure all of my subscribers who subscribed and requested get something, okay? We'll get to the second or third request that you have, but right now, guys, just one request and I'll try to get to it. And then when I get through those, then we'll come back and get some more, okay? So thank you guys all for the support. I appreciate all of you, okay? Now, guys, if you are a part of the celebrity squad, honey, I got this reading for you. If you are part of the royal squad, I got a reading coming for you too, okay? So get your popcorn, get your wine, your spirits, your protein shake. We are going to get into this, okay? Now, guys, we're going to start off with the OJ, okay? Now, OJ, if you haven't heard the wonderful news for many people, he has transitioned on to meet his maker. Now, for some people, they might be grieving him. Others might not care, like myself. But yeah, he's transitioned on to meet his maker, guys. And where his maker is, I don't know where he resides, okay? That maker could be above us or beneath us. I have no idea, but he's gone to meet him. And what I will say is this, okay? OJ definitely is not going down in history as being a Hall of Famer. He's going down in history for his horrific crime. Now, poor Nicole Brown has such a tragic story. And the reason why her story is so tragic is that she did everything right. Didn't she? She got the divorce and she left him, and this was still her outcome. So sometimes, guys, we try to escape situations and they still follow us. So I want to say rest in peace to the beautiful Nicole Brown. I hope you are resting, sweetie. And I want to say my condolences and my heart goes out to her family and friends who love her and lost her this tragically. Now, I won't be pulling on her energy, guys, to do a reading on her because I don't read on people who are deceased without their permission, okay? But we will be reading a particular person who's been around her. And that person is, guys, Kris Jenner, formerly known as Kris Kardashian. Now, guys, throughout the years, Nicole Brown's family has requested that Kris simply leave their sister alone. They really don't want her on these interviews and TV shows bringing up Nicole Brown's name. They simply just want Kris to stop. And it wasn't only their request, but it was the request of the other friend for Kris to simply stop. But you know what? Kris has not. And every time an O.J. Simpson situation presents itself, there goes Kris with the comments. Always looking for sympathy, always talking about Nicole, when I found it very odd that her family doesn't want it to happen. Now, guys, I didn't understand why. I thought they were just kind of doing the bully thing with Kris because, she might be successful. But when I stumbled upon a particular article, I said, you know what? I know exactly why they don't want you talking about their sister. Girl, you are not a good person. Now, guys, Kris has a history, right? Kris has allegedly been working for a while, okay? Kris has allegedly started her career from the Bunny Ranch straight to the hills and the mansions of Calabasas. Now, y'all, I am not here to judge, but I am here to spill the tea. And Kris is not the saint that she presents herself to be. But I'm sure you guys already know that. Now, it's been rumored that OJ might be Khloe's real father. But then, honey, we also got the hairstylist that might be Khloe's real father. Now, I done seen both of these men, and they both very well could be, either one could be the father. Now, I'm not about to play paternity court over here because I do not care who Khloe's daddy is. But I am here to shed light on Kris Jenner, her toxic behavior, her disgusting ways, and the fact that she is an opportunist. Now, you might say, why would I say such a thing? Well, when I share this article with you, you guys will start thinking maybe a little different about Kris. Now, let me get into it. All right, guys. OJ Simpson bragged about steamy hot tub hookup with Kris Jenner. OJ Simpson bragged that he had a steamy with Kris Kardashian, his best friend's wife, during a 1990s hot tub situation. Simpson said he and his then wife, Nicole, and Robert and Kris Kardashian were in a jacuzzi one night while vacationing together, according to Norman Pardo in his new documentary, Who Killed Nicole. Nicole and Robert turned in, leaving OJ and Kris alone in the bubbling water. Kris and Nicole were also really good friends. OJ said he stood up, pulled his shorts down, and I'll tell you exactly what he said. Kris's eyes bugged out of her head, and I effed that B until I broke her. Now, y'all, you know this is a mess. Now, OJ said the fallout of the hot tub incident damaged all their relationships. The Kardashians divorced shortly afterward in 1991, and the Simpsons split as early as 92. Now, here, y'all, is for the tea. This is the real mess right here. Simpson said they had to go to the hospital at 2 or 3 in the morning. Kris came into OJ's room and she asked, "Can you take me to the hospital?" And he said, "No, have Rob do it." Apparently, the affair caused Kris to have physical pain. Now, y'all, you know it's a mess when it's a mess. But you also know someone with that type of history should really not be on TV trying to do this. Nicole was my friend. I should have stood up for her, and I should have told her about her abuse. Because, honey, this article is not giving none of that. But you know Flamingo's gonna come through with the messy reads, honey. I don't know what she was doing that night that caused her physical pain. But I'll leave it at that. And we're gonna get into this read. So y'all, enjoy. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna tap into these cards. And we're gonna see whether, this was just some gossip that was spilled into these streets to kind of promote that documentary, or whether there was some truth to it, right? So I don't know if you guys want to know, but this is a reading that I've been curious about for years. I've actually heard about it a few years back. And I said to myself, you guys went on vacation? And this was the result of it? Kris, Girl, you got a lot to talk about. This businesswoman, huh? So I'm going to shuffle, guys, and I'm going to see what comes out of the oracle. I figured, hey, the internet's bumping with this OJ stuff. Let's do an OJ read. All right. And, Kris is quite messy. If anything, guys, what it teaches us from this situation, if it teaches us anything, is don't bring your girlfriend on vacation with you and leave her in the hot tub with your man. That might not be the thing to do. But then parts of me wonder, what was Rob and Nicole doing at that time? Did they really go to bed? Oh, look what came up. Right into my hand. Striptease, gamble in Vegas. Sometimes before I say anything, Spirit just lets things fall into my hand oddly. All right, guys, I'm ready to shuffle. Okay, Spirit, entertain me. I want some cards about this situation. I know you just gave me the nightlife in an awkward kind of way into my hand. But what else came out of this situation between Kris and OJ Simpson? All right, let's tap into the energy of Kris. Kris Jenner, formerly known as Kris Kardashian. Does she have any regrets? What's the tea on this? What was that night like? I definitely got the nightlife. Okay. Oh, family. I could definitely see where Spirit put that out. Oh, wow. Okay. This is going to be deciphered a little different, guys, but I get where this is going. These cards might get a little spicy suddenly. But hey, we're here for the fun of it, right? Sometimes we got to enjoy ourselves a little bit and get a little messy. All right, Spirit. What about this Kris situation? Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, Spirit gave us a handful. So as you can see, guys, that card that kind of like just tapped into my hand oddly. I know Spirit gave me that card. That was the striptease gamble in Vegas. Okay. Now, as you know, that card has been pretty famous on my channel. Usually when it comes up, it refers to the swinging life, the fun life, no strings attached. We're living in Vegas, honey. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But Spirit is letting me know, unfortunately, this Vegas life happened here within their inner circles. Okay. And as we know, they were close friends. Okay. So they were like family. From what they say, Rob and OJ were like brothers. They hung out all the time together and they did everything pretty much together. But, this card here, the Epiphany, can mean quite a few things, especially when I get the energy off of it that this is Kris. It seemed like Kris had some questions. And the questions that she had were about OJ. And after her situation with him, they were definitely answered. But she also had some time after it to do some self-reflection. She probably didn't feel that great about it afterwards. We got the tension, which is, usually what would happen. Stressed out, worried, because after that, her husband found out about it. So, of course, now there's tension. Tension between OJ and Rob, tension between her and Nicole. And of course, I'm sure she was very worried that her husband was going to divorce her. But Spirit gave her the karmics. Third party, haters, and lesson learned. So there was a lesson that Kris and OJ had to learn from this. And the karma definitely came from it because Rob gave her those divorce papers. And OJ, him and Nicole split. Now, we know there's a bad result that happened after that situation between him and Nicole when they split, but this was the foundation that was set, right? So after that situation of him and Kris in that hot tub, he set the foundation for bad energy thereafter, right? He lost everything, and unfortunately, Nicole lost her life at some point, right? There was all that tension, all of that bad energy that was built up, you know, probably a lot of those arguments that occurred between them right before they had their divorce had a lot to do with her friend sleeping with him. You know, he was probably always enraged. Just a lot of bad energy. And eventually it led to everyone splitting up, right? So I get why Spirit gave me all those cards, okay? Now, guys, that is for the first Oracle drop. Well, not really a drop, but, you know, Oracle read. So I'm going to go back in, guys, and I'm going to see what else comes out of the Oracle. What was Nicole and Kris's friendship like after this? Make sure I kind of mix these cards back in, guys. I don't want any of those old cards just kind of, you know, sticking together. All right. So, Spirit, let's get into Kris's energy once again. We know the life was like Vegas because that's the one he threw right in my hand for some reason. But not for some reason. We know why. What was the energy? And let me do some slicing, guys. What was the energy between Nicole Brown and Kris Jenner? All right, let's tap into Kris's energy. Kris Jenner, formerly known as Kris Kardashian. What was the energy like? How did Nicole feel towards her? How does she feel towards Nicole? You know, it's rumored that it broke them apart. And they weren't really good friends after that, you know, and I can see why. Sleep with my man, girl. What's the energy? What's the energy between them two? Definitely got the divorce. That came up quick. Spirits let us know they didn't survive that one at all. There was no working through it. All right. Okay. Got the possibility card. What else, Spirit? What was the energy between Kris and Nicole Brown? Blocked. Legal matters. Back again. The paperwork is back. What else, Spirit? Give me a couple more cards. Envy, resentful, competitive, and discontent. All right, let's grab a couple more cards, guys. Intimacy. The epiphany's back again, guys. So it seems to me that after this situation happened, I get the energy that this represents Nicole. Okay. Nicole decided, I'm not sitting through this mess. I'm getting up and I'm going, I'm living my best life. And, it was rumored, guys, that even before OJ and her had divorced, she was starting to see other people. That's probably what triggered him. Okay. One of those things where men are controlling and a little bit disgusting, so to speak, where, they can't handle what it is that they kind of dish out. It's okay for me to cheat, but the minute you cheat, I have a problem with it. I don't want to see you with anybody else, but it's okay for me to be with anyone and everyone else. So for her, after this situation occurred, it seemed like this one really hit a nerve. I'm sure she knew that dating a football player, a professional one, that he was going to mess with other women. But I think this one really hit the nerve. And for her, it was more so like my friend, the person that I confide in, I tell everything to when my relationship is not going great. You mean to tell me you mess with her? Okay, well, you know what? I'm out here and I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to make my mind up and I'm out, right? I'm going to follow what makes me happy. And I'm going to make my mind up to get the heck up out of this. Spirit gave me the block card. Move on. I ain't got nothing to say. Don't call me, Kris. We got nothing to talk about. And we got the legal card returning in, divorce. I got nothing to say to him. I don't got nothing to say to you. We are on this block motion. Spirit let me know she was a tad bit envious, right? Of the fact that her husband was intimate, with Kris. It kind of made her feel a bit more on the resentful side. She felt a little more competitive, discontent. Because she probably couldn't figure out what it was about Kris, that made him hop, not hop into bed, but, have fun in the hot tub. It was one of those things where it was like, you could have messed with anyone else, but why did you choose her to be that woman to break us kind of thing, that kind of energy, And of course, guys, like I said, all that karma, bad drama, all of that energy trickled down and the story got ugly. And we all know how that story ended up. But somewhere along the way, the epiphany came. And I believe this represents both Kris and Nicole. They both figured out, they had that self-reflection time and they got an opportunity to kind of answer their questions, right? So they kind of moved away from that situation, knowing what it was that basically ended the situation, made everything bad, right? So they both understood what it was. Nicole felt like, I had that time to sit back and think. I thought about all the things possibly that I missed, that I didn't notice about this woman. This woman that was my friend, And then Kris, she probably was over there thinking, now I got time to think about how stupid I was for ruining my marriage. Just to have this fun time with OJ, I done lost my husband and I lost my friend. So guys, that is the read so far, out of this oracle. Now I'm going to tap into another oracle and see what kind of falls out of it. Now, guys, the legal card came up twice. So, they kind of already knew the minute it happened, is what I'm taking it, that the divorce was going to happen. They both knew. Even though they hung on tight for maybe a year or two. Yeah, they already knew that the minute. I want to know how they even found out. Did Kris confess this? Because OJ said, listen, what I did to you in the hot tub, you're kind of hurt. But I'm not taking you to the hospital. Go call Rob. So did Rob know at that moment something? Anyway, see, this is why. And the fact that OJ can walk around and brag about this and say, listen, I tore Kris up. Like, oh, y'all. Allegedly. This is all alleged. But I figure we'll do the messy read. All right, Spirit. Give me some cards around this situation for OJ Simpson, Rob Kardashian, Nicole Brown, and of course, Kris Jenner. Let's tap into the energy of Kris Jenner. What was her experience? What type of energy did she get from everyone after this? Was Rob hateful towards her? Did he want to work this out? Did OJ distance himself? How did Nicole feel about her? Just whatever energy's there. All right. Fake busy. All right. What else, Spirit? We'll pull a couple cards, guys. We'll pull a couple because this is messy. Oh. Oh. Wow. Y'all, let me see, get one last card, but I know exactly what this is about. Kris, girl, it wasn't even worth it. All for you to arrive at this place, huh? All right, guys. So basically, the energy I'm picking up is this is the direct energy of OJ and Kris's energy. Okay, so this is not with anybody else. It seems to me that after this situation, she was a little sprung, right? So, according to OJ, he basically said in his own words that he beat it up. That's what he put in the article. So it looks like she's been trying to reach out to him or was trying to reach out to him after that encounter. She couldn't get enough of OJ, but he was giving her this. Yeah, let me call you back. Let me call you back. But she should have known that because, after your encounter, 2 to 3 hours later, you saying you was really hurt and you needed to go to the hospital and he told you let Rob take you. So you should have already known this, girl, that there was nothing you could build on this with him. And Spirit, guys, along with the fake busy, Spirit gave me the GPS, okay? So girl was en route, okay? She was hopping in the car, driving over to his house. She was basically at the gates going, hey, OJ, it's me. It's Kris. Open the door. But you know what? OJ, to a degree, I know the monster might have a conscience. He was kind of ashamed of what he did to his wife. It was one of those things where it was like, it could have been. I know sometimes we can't think about a monster having a conscience, but, ever so often they have a little bit of a conscience. He kind of felt a little embarrassed and the wrong for doing that. I don't even know if he felt it towards necessarily his wife, Nicole, but he probably felt he was in the wrong for doing that to his boy, Rob, right? So, I'm sure he knew what he did and the damage he caused in his friendship with Rob, right? Because after that, they never got back. And as for Kris, as for the fake busy and all that, she was sprung, girl. She was over there losing sleep, worried, replaying these events, and thinking about him, thinking about that moment in the hot tub. But OJ said, listen, I already did too much. That hot tub incident should have never happened. It's a block situation. Like, don't call me. And, as I read in the article, Kris had her divorce first. That was before, the Simpsons divorced. So Rob made it his immediate decision to let her go. So it looks like when she was going through her divorce, she thought that she could still hook her strings, into OJ. But OJ was like, nope, I did too much already. I betrayed my boy. So yeah, don't call me. And that's when Kris decided, oh, well, I can't have what I want. So I might as well reflect on myself and learn to love myself. Because this love that I thought would grow between me and OJ, it's not going to happen. So I might as well start taking care of myself. And we are here today, guys. So that's my read on that mess. It looks like Kris over there thought that when she had that affair, that she somehow was going to end up being Mrs. O.J. Simpson. Luckily for her, let's say this for how that all went down, she definitely dodged a bullet. But, when we see the Kardashian girl, honey, and they're out here stealing people's men's, we really can't say we don't know where they got it from. After this reading, they got it from their mama. So, guys, I'm going to come with the mess. Okay? What do y'all think? Did you guys know about this story? Did you hear about the incident between OJ and Kris Jenner in the hot tub years ago? Did you know that's what made Rob divorce Kris? Did you know that's what started this whole entire unbalance in that cycle between OJ and his wife, Nicole, that gently got from bad to worse? Because, unfortunately, guys, from what I'm getting in the cards, if these two had just kept themselves to themselves, a lot of this stuff would have never unfolded the way it did, right? And the thing about it is, after Nicole knew that Kris slept with her best friend, she was out here after that living her best life. And OJ, having the ego he had, he couldn't handle it. So he started reacting. And that's what transpired between them into that tragic ending. Now, if Kris was a better woman and Kris had kept herself to herself, possibly Nicole Brown would still be here with us today because they might have never had all that tension. So that's the saying that goes, you never see smoke without a fire. Kris lit the fire. Now, let me say this. People will say, oh, well, OJ is responsible for it. But to me, over here, I'm going to say, ladies, a man is a man. A lot of men out here, and it's not for all men, but most, they don't really be thinking through, like, with morals when it comes to some situation like that. And I feel Kris knew that was her girl, and she should have been like, listen, OJ, you might be able to mess with all the girls you want because you're an athlete, but you're not going to have me. And I don't think she set the ground like that because clearly that happened. So for her to show up to that woman's funeral the way she did, and I see why the other friend wrote the book about Kris, talking about Kris had no business pretending to be her friend after that incident. I get it now. So y'all leave in the comment section below. I kind of feel Kris holds a little bit of responsibility. I think she should have knew better than, to give OJ what he wanted. After all, OJ was the one that stood up. And she had the opportunity to be like, yeah, OJ, no. And after that, she still even tried her best, according to what Spirit is saying, to continue something with him. She still was trying to reach out to him. He was the one giving her, hey, I'm busy. She was the one showing up to his house. She was the one doing all this stuff after that incident because she was sprung. And it wasn't until the end where she learned that he didn't want her, where she wanted to be like, okay, well, I guess I'll, try to heal and do the self-love thing. Since my husband has left me and the man that I was within a hot tub doesn't want me either. Maybe that's why Kris has such bad outcomes when it comes to relationship. Because Spirit did say karma, right? Where did we see in these cards, honey? Because I saw the karma come up. No? Let's look for it. But, Kris has to know the karma that's going to come with that, baby. She's been struggling ever since to find a man. She's been lonely ever since her husband. She's been lonely ever since Rob. And that man that she got walking around with now is pretty much a joke. But this is the karma, honey. What do y'all think? Leave in the comment section below. I know y'all wasn't ready for this read. But let me know. What do you think? Do you think Kris is now getting her karma somewhat? She's wealthy. She sure is. She got money and stability. But does she have love and happiness? Let me know. And OJ, his life didn't turn out too well. Unfortunately, poor Nicole lost hers. So the energy in all of this was just bad. But let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.